Everyone, it's Friday. I'm Tally, and you're watching Mysterious Ways Forward. Alright, so I think what I'm going to try and focus on in this video is really sort of responding to Tara's last video about feeling like you've run out of things. And if I have time at the end, I'll talk a little bit about how my job is going. It's interesting because I have sort of noticed in the past few months that like a lot of stuff that I used to do even in the past year just does not hold the same interest for me. But it really kind of struck me the other day. I found this community on LiveJournal that's like an anonymous, it's not Fail Fandom Anon, which people might have heard of, but a smaller sort of subsect of it for one of the fandoms that I'm in. And I was reading through it and I was like, man, it was really interesting to read, but I was like, man, 2 or 3 years ago, I would have been on this thing every single day, like responding to stuff and posting comments and stuff. I mean, I read through it. I'll keep the tab open for a few weeks and kind of refresh occasionally. But I mean, I haven't even posted a comment on it. And I kind of realized that like, I think I've maybe grown out of being in a fandom. And it's sort of this really strange phenomenon for me because this strange situation for me because I'm still writing fan fiction, reading fan fiction, friends with people from various fandoms, members of various fandoms on communities and stuff. But in terms of like being the person that's like constantly in discussion posts or being on forums and I'll like read the stuff, but in general the interest in me in like getting caught up in all of that drama and all of the fandom stuff just does not appeal to me anymore. And I don't necessarily think that's like an age thing because there are plenty of people older than me who are still extremely active in fandoms. And I don't think it's like, oh, after a few years you grow out of it. I think just for me personally, I don't just have like one interest. And so because I'm interested in so many different TV shows and various fandoms, like the idea of devoting all of my energy to one at a time just does not appeal to me the way that it used to. When I was in high school, I was obsessed with this musical and I was in a community for it. I was participating on the fan boards, the official forums, the fan forums, Facebook groups, all sorts of stuff. I drew comic strips. I mean, a lot of the people that I'm still really good friends with to this day, I met from that era. But the idea of like trying to find or choose one thing to focus that much energy on the way that I used to just does not, I don't know, it just does not appeal to me at all. And I think that maybe that's perhaps something I've grown out of, because after the Spring Awakening community sort of died out, the show closed, all that stuff. People, some people moved on and like were really into hair, and and some people moved on and were like really into American Idiot, and it just sort of the fandom sort of split up. And so for a few years after that, I was always trying to find another group that could like recreate like the magic that was my experience in the Spring Awakening fandom, and I'm never gonna find that again. And I think part of me has kind of like decided that that's maybe not necessarily something that I want anymore. And kind of coming to that realization is very strange. Reading, and it's like reading through that Anon group and being like, I don't know half of these people, and my desire is not to go and like become friends with them and like become a part of this group. It was more of like, that's interesting, but like I'll stay over on my side of it. So anyway, but I've got about a minute left, so I guess I should update you on work. I'm still training. I worked 3 days this week training, and yesterday I worked. It was strange because I worked from 8 p.m. to close, which meant that like the store closes at 11, and then we're making sure everything looks nice. So generally it takes between 30 minutes to an hour or an hour and a half. On weekends when the store is really busy. And it was interesting to me because I've only ever really worked office jobs, and the idea of like not working until 8 o'clock was so weird. Like I just didn't even know what to do with my day, which is funny because I haven't worked in 6 months and I've been doing nothing all day then. So kind of getting used to that. I'm still looking for a job, but if I do end up getting another office job, it's very likely that I will be working like 9 to 5 in an office and then working evening shifts at evenings and weekends at Barnes and Noble. So I mean, it's just going to be interesting. So I'm kind of getting used to that schedule. So I'll probably talk some more about that next week. But I guess it's 5 minutes now, so I am going to probably wrap this up. Oh, and today I made one of the #1 mistakes that a person can make in adulthood. Actually, I made two. One was deciding that I was going to get gas at Costco before work. No, the line was like into the road at like 11 o'clock, so I just went to work instead. And two was I went grocery shopping while hungry. Don't do it. It's stupid. And I knew I shouldn't have done it, but I did it anyway, and I came home with a lot of food that wasn't necessarily on my list. But at least I got a baguette. I love baguettes. I only ever buy baguettes when I grocery shop hungry. All the other times I can talk myself out of it, but not when I'm starving. Alright, now I'm almost at 6 minutes, so I'm going to wrap this up, but I hope everyone has a great week, and I will see you all next Friday.